Have you ever stopped to wonder, but what is time? We feel it every day. It ticks by on our watches, it ages us, it marks our past, present, and future. But what if I told you that time might not even be real? What if it's just an illusion, a trick of our minds? You see, this isn't some wild modern-day conspiracy theory. In fact, the idea that time may not be what we think it is actually ancient. And as strange as it sounds, the thoughts of philosophers from over 2,000 years ago are now echoing in the very halls of modern physics. Let's go back in time to the ancient Greek world, where philosophers like Heraclitus and Parménides were grappling with the very nature of reality. Now, Heraclitus believed in the idea of constant change. He famously said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice." According to him, everything in the universe is in a state of eternal flux. Nothing stays the same, and that includes time. For Heraclitus, time flows, just like a river, and we're all being carried along with it. It's a comforting thought, right? That time is this constant stream, taking us from one moment to the next. But then down comes Parmenides, and his view was radical. Even by today's standards, Parmenides said no. Time does not flow. Change does not exist. To him, all that ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be already exists simultaneously. Past, present, and future are all just different perspectives of one single, unchanging reality. Think about that for a second. If Parmenides is right, then time isn't something we move through. It's something that's already there, all at once. This idea might seem completely detached from our modern world, but here's where it gets mind-blowing. These two ancient thinkers, Heraclitus with his ever-flowing river, and Parmenides with his frozen eternal reality. They weren't just grasping at straws. They were touching on concepts that wouldn't be seriously explored again until the rise of quantum physics thousands of years later. Now let's fast forward to the 20th century. Enter Albert Einstein, the man who turned our understanding of time upside down. Einstein's theory of relativity basically says that time isn't universal. The speed at which it flows can change depending on how fast you're moving. Time bends, and in some cases it might even stop. Sound familiar? Heraclitus said time is a river, always flowing, but Einstein showed us that this river can flow faster or slower, depending on your position in the universe. Parmenides, on the other hand, claimed time was an illusion, and in a way, quantum mechanics agrees. According to quantum theory, on a subatomic level, particles can exist in multiple states at the same time. The past, the present, and the future, all existing simultaneously. For these ancient philosophers grasped in the most abstract of ways is that time might not be the linear ticking clock we think it is. So what does this mean for us? What if time isn't what we've been taught all our lives? If Heraclitus and Parmenides predicted the future of physics, what could that say about our future understanding of the universe? We'll explore what this ancient wisdom and the latest in modern science might reveal about the nature of our reality, and whether time as we know it is nothing but an illusion. Stay tuned. Now that we've explored the ancient roots of this mind-bending concept, we need to ask the question, if time is an illusion, what does that mean for us? In modern physics, we've learned that the universe is far stranger than we ever imagined. Through the lens of Einstein's relativity, we understand that time is not a fixed constant. In fact, time moves slower when you're closer to a massive object, like a black hole. And in certain theoretical models, time could even stop entirely at the edge of the universe. This idea, where time itself bends, stretches, and could even cease to exist, challenges everything we thought we knew. But it goes deeper than that. Quantum physics, the study of the tiniest particles in the universe, takes it to a whole new level. There's this concept known as quantum superposition, where particles can exist in multiple states at once, effectively being in different places at the same time. The rules of our everyday world break down here. Time, as we perceive it, doesn't seem to behave the same way in the quantum realm. It's almost like time, as we know it, disappears. And if time doesn't exist at the smallest levels of reality, then What does that say about our reality? This brings us back to Parmenides. His idea that past, present, and future all exist simultaneously might not be as outlandish as it first sounds. Some physicists, like those who support the block universe theory, argue that time is like a giant block. Every moment, past, present, and future, exists within this block. But we, as conscious beings, are only able to experience one slice of it at a time. This means that every decision you've made, every moment you've lived, and every future you will experience already exists. We're just moving through it. It's a wild thought, right? That you could in some way be living out every moment of your life all at once, but only perceive a tiny fraction of it. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some scientists believe that consciousness plays a role in how we experience time. Could it be that we are the reason time feels like it flows? That it's not the universe creating the illusion of time, but our minds that give it shape and meaning? If that's true, then time might not just be an illusion of the universe, but a trick of perception, embedded deep in our very existence. It's like the universe is a massive timeless tapestry, and we, through our limited consciousness, are only capable of experiencing it one thread at a time. So what's the takeaway from all of this? If time is an illusion, if past, present, and future all exist simultaneously, and if our minds are the architects of time as we perceive it, what does that mean for our lives? Well, perhaps it means that the boundaries we put on ourselves, our regrets about the past, our anxieties about the future, are based on a misunderstanding of reality. If time is an illusion, maybe we're more free than we think. Maybe everything we want to achieve, everything we wish we could change, is happening right now, in some other part of that block of time. Heraclitus and Parménides, two ancient philosophers with seemingly opposing ideas, may have both been right. Time does flow, but it also may be an illusion. It's both a river and an unchanging whole. The more we discover about the nature of reality, the more it seems that these ancient thinkers were onto something profound, something that has the power to change how we see the universe and our place in it. So is time an illusion? It might just be, but if that's true, it opens up possibilities we never imagined. Thank you for joining me on this journey. In Echoes of the Past, we'll continue to explore the mysteries of our universe and uncover the forgotten ideas that shape our reality. Until next time, stay curious.